Hiranandani Hospital as a consultant cardiologist. The list of his achievements are very long, but some of them I would like to mention. He has made various publications in very international and national journals. His experience is he's into consultant cardiologist at Seven Hills Hospital, chief consultant cardiologist, Care Hospital, Surat, head chief consultant interventional cardiologist at Manipal Hospital, worked as consultant interventional cardiologist at Sterling Hospital, Gujarat, worked as consultant cardiologist, assistant professor in Department of Cardiology, CMC Vellore, worked as SR cardiology in ESI Hospital, New Delhi, worked as cardiology SR at Max Hospital, Saket, New Delhi, and many awards and honors he has received from Kerala government, VN Varun Award in Medicine in 2005, TYSA South Zone topper he is. He is the Young Investigator Award also he has got. Associate Fellow Asia Pacific Vascular Society 2012. Rarest of rare cases in AP VIS 2016. So I welcome Dr. Brajesh and looking forward to a useful session and guidance from you.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you hear me all?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, so since it's a COVID pandemic is still running on, and luckily probably we are on the verge of finishing it off. So this topic means a lot to all of us and all the patients who are getting affected by COVID. So thank you very much for the wonderful introduction. So we all know that this pandemic is new to us, but we people are going through an epidemic of coronary artery disease. I mean, if you see, 1 in 4 deaths occurring in our country is because of heart problems. So heart attacks are so common that, you know, anybody has got any chest pain, any breathing difficulty, the first thing is the cardiac involvement to be ruled out. And to be very frank, every death which is happening in COVID is somehow related to cardiac involvement. So most of the time, if you see, because I am into COVID for last 1 year, almost a year now. So I am into that, and I see that most of the death, the event that happens at the time of death, or the patients who gets complicated in COVID, are mainly because of, you know, the cardiac involvement. And there was a time when, you know, all these things started, so somewhere in the February and March. There were a lot of issues, like there was a problem with people finding, and even with the cardiac problem, they were very hesitant to go to the hospital. They were worried whether the hospital will provide a non-COVID facilities. There were problem with the, you know, overloaded healthcare system. The hospital beds were not available. So many issues were happening during the COVID time. And luckily now we have overcome it. And since I'm working in Fortis Hospital, Vashi, we have somewhere around 25 patients of COVID right now. And they are totally segregated. They have nothing to do with the non-COVID patients. The beds are different. The ward is different. The staff is different. The hospital nurses, everything is different. And the entry exit of those patients are totally different. So now we know how to tackle those issues, and the hospital is running with full-fledged non-COVID work also. So what was the exact problems? I mean, how does this COVID has affected the heart? See, there are certain group of patients, there are certain population who are at high risk. For example, the patients who are an elderly age group, they are, once they get COVID, the chances of, you know, mortality or morbidity happening is more with these people. The people who have a baseline heart disease, kidney disease, lung disease, people who are high risk diabetic patients, because diabetic patients will receive steroids. Steroid is one of the integral part of COVID treatment if the lungs gets affected. So sugar ki jo, you know, the sugar control becomes a very difficult thing. Plus, you know, you find that the COVID is associated with clotting, for clot formation. You can have clots anywhere in the body. The clots can be in the heart, leading to heart attack. Clots can be into the lungs, leading to pulmonary embolism. Sometimes even we see clots happening in the pipes of the hand, limbs. So that clots formation is one of the feature of COVID, and we see a lot of patients. And sometimes this clot formation happens at a very unusual place. That's also another thing. So patients who have a cancer, patients who are already struggling with some other diseases, they are one who gets affected more, and the chances of death happening in these patients are also more. Patients who are immobile, those even patients are getting infected, and once they get infected, the chances of complications happening more. So what happens if these complications are there? How does it affect the heart? So heart is mainly affected in, if you say there are certain direct effects on the heart. We have seen that the COVID being responsible sometimes for the direct reason, the clear-cut soul-to-soul, one-to-one ratio relationship with the heart attack. Some young people do come to us with only COVID positive with heart attack, no other risk factors. So we presume that COVID was responsible for the heart attack in these patients. Then, as I said, the clots can be formed anywhere, so it can have complications of formation of clot. Then this COVID, as any other virus, can involve directly the heart muscles. Now, if you get involved the heart muscles, it causes inflammation of the heart muscles. So that inflammation of the heart muscles, the scientific term used is myocarditis. Myocarditis means the muscles of the heart is known as myocardium. So once these muscles get affected, we call it as a myocarditis. So the end result of myocarditis is a weak heart, failed heart, the heart which is not having a pumping power. The normal pumping power of the heart is somewhere around between 50 to 60. In the patient, we see that these people who come even after recovery, they will have a varied ejection fraction or the pumping power ranging from 15%, 10, 20%, 25%. And this is very frequently seen now in cardiology OPD. I see a lot of patients who have recovered from COVID, but they have left, the COVID has left them with a residual heart pumping power somewhere around 20 to 25%. So that is also a problem. Then heart also affects the rhythm abnormality. We see a patient sometimes coming with sudden abnormal heart rhythms. That rhythms can be very fast, that rhythms can be very slow. So those things are also seen. Plus, we also see that patients who have a very severe COVID infection, especially involving the lung. So, lung and heart is in circulation. So whenever the lungs get affected, the heart also over the period of time is bound to get affected. So we see a lot of patients whose lungs are massively destroyed because of COVID. COVID causes, in some patients, COVID leaves a lot of residual fibrosis, fibrosed, damaged lung. So that fibrosed, damaged lung can lead to, heart right side pressures being high, what we call it as a pulmonary hypertension. So this is usually the direct effect of the COVID. But there are certain indirect causes also. I mean, one of the reasons why COVID has been causing so many deaths, and most commonly the cardiac patients are getting wiped out. All the patients who used to be previously very well managed, even though they were critical, they were managed on medicines, they had complications because the stress associated with that. That stress can be because of somebody died in the family, the stress of not coming out, business going down, finance has been struggling, all those things. The stress one of the major factor, what I realized, people have got heart attacks. Then they miss the doctor's follow-up. Now I see around I think now 30 to 40% of patients of mine are not now under my follow-up. In fact, to be very frank, I stopped my own clinic for a few months, 2-3 months. I was also down with the COVID, so 2-3 months I also stopped my clinic. So the follow-up of the patients were not there. The hospitals were not taking routine patients. So loss of follow-up with the doctors was one of the things, and inability to get medication. See, medicines, even the online medicines were not available. So patients were not getting medicines. Some medicines require prescriptions, so they were not getting it. Another problem with this was the confusing symptoms. People do tend to take this certain symptoms of COVID confusing with the heart. Unko lagta tha ki this is the COVID symptoms, and actually they were heart symptoms. For example, breathing difficulty, cough, swelling in the body. People do think that it is a COVID, and they get admitted in a local hospital. Kahin aisa local hospital, and the local doctors were not able to identify the real reason that it's a cardiac involvement is also there. So uski wajah se bhi there were a lot of issues happening with this thing. So, and then anxiety, heart rate being very fast, that palpitations. So kai baar aisa hota tha ki patient will have a symptoms of cardiac illness like palpitations, धड़कन तेज हो रही है, heart की speed बहुत बढ़ रही है. तो घर वाले सोचते थे कि this is a part of stress, but actually it is a part of the cardiac involvement. Then financial burdens, of course, there are a lot of issues, there are a lot of surgeries being postponed, a lot of critical issues, a lot of cancer patients, a lot of heart patients जिनकी surgery होने वाली थी, those all got postponed because of this issue. So financial burden was also there. And also we all people see the COVID has not left any branches. We all, even as a cardiologist, I'm a director of Fortis. I'm a senior cardiologist practicing since 1992. Even I was involved in a COVID duty. So we all were occupied with the COVID duties. And that is why our cardiac patients were often neglected. Even they were also not willing to come to the hospital. So these all issues were there. As I said, the symptoms of COVID, can be often confused. But yes, if you have a breathlessness which is happening only at night, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and that too happening only when you lie down, or a cough which increases in the night at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, make sure you rule out cardiac involvement, because We call this term specifically as a PND, paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea. That means the cough is not there when you are sitting or when you are lying down. It happens only after 2 to 3 hours of your sleep. You get up in the night, you feel everything is congested है, सब कुछ बंद है, मुझे तो सब बंद बंद सा लग रहा है, दम घुट रहा है मेरा. That is the strongest feeling what people say. And also the shortness of breath, any type of shortness of breath people do take, it's COVID related to nahi hai, anxiety related to nahi hai, that also need to be ruled out. And especially if you have a shortness of breath associated with a swelling over the body, अगर आपकी बॉडी में swelling उसके साथ में हो रही है, please make sure cardiac issues is ruled out. Chest pain people do take, if any chest pain which is exertional मतलब any chest pain जो चलने फिरने से बढ़े या mental exertion से बढ़े या sex करने से बढ़े, these three exertions, if any pain is increased, please consider that as a cardiac pain. Any pain which increases on local pressure, दबाने से हो रहा है या stretch करने से हो रहा है या deep सांस लेने से हो रहा है, वो heart का pain नहीं है. तो heart के pain की खासियत ये है कि the most important feature is it is exertional. When you exercise, when you climb stairs, or when you perform a sexual activity, if that time the pain is increasing, वो heart का pain है. अपना जो heart होता है, that is deep inside the skeletal muscles and the bones. You cannot press it and cause pain. So any pain which is caused by local tenderness, दबाने से अगर कोई pain हो रहा है, तो वो heart का pain नहीं है. उसी तरह से अगर कोई भी धड़कन अगर किसी पेशेंट की तेज हो जा रही है और वो तेज सडन ऑनसेट है, सडन ऑफसेट है, कोई आपको बोले सर मैं तो इंडियन आइडल देख रहा था, अचानक मेरा हार्ट 150 की स्पीड से चलने लगा और 1 घंटे के बाद वो सडन ठीक भी हो गया, दैट इज अ कार्डियक इशू. बट इफ सपोज पेशेंट सेज दैट कि जब भी मैं एक टेंशन में आ जाता हूँ ना सर, जब भी मैं ऑफिस के बारे में सोचने लगता हूँ या मम्मी पापा की तबीयत खराब है तब हार्ट रेट तेज हो जाता है, तो दैट इज प्रॉब्ली नॉट कार्डियक. सो दैट इज रिलेटेड टू एंजाइटी. बट यस, सडन ऑनसेट अगर किसी पेशेंट का हार्ट रेट तेज हो जाता है, प्लीज मेक श्योर कार्डियक इवैल्यूएशन टू बी डन. एंड ऑल्सो चक्कर आके गिर जाना, वी कॉल इट इन साइंटिफिक टर्म सिंकोप. अगर ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है तो प्लीज मेक श्योर you show it to the local physician or a cardiologist. So these are the main symptoms of this. If you have any chest pain which is associated with shortness of breath, अगर उसके साथ में पेशेंट को nausea, vomiting जैसा हो रहा है, घबराहट हो रही है, पसीना आ रहा है और उसको चक्कर आ रहा है, तो वो हो सकता है वो वार्निंग साइंस है हार्ट अटैक के. प्लीज मेक श्योर आप अपने डॉक्टर्स को दिखाइए, जो भी अवेलेबल डॉक्टर हो, और मेक श्योर ऐसे डॉक्टर को दिखाइए जो ईसीजी कर सके, ईसीजी में आइडेंटिफाई कर सके और आपको इवैल्यूएट कर सके. एक प्रॉब्लम जो हमने बहुत ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंटली देखी ओवर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम इस कोविड के समय में, कि लोग घर पे थे, लोगों ने बहुत खाया पिया, इस वजह से भी बहुत सारी चीजें हो रही है. मेरे सारे जितने भी कार्डियक पेशेंट्स हैं वो ओवरवेट, ओबेसिटी लेकर के आ रहे हैं. तो ओवरवेट का, सी वेट हैज अ डायरेक्ट कोरिलेशन विद योर डायबिटिक स्टेटस, योर कोलेस्ट्रॉल, योर ब्लड प्रेशर. इफ यू लूज 10 kgs ऑफ वेट, यू लूज 10 मिलीमीटर ऑफ मर्करी ऑफ ब्लड प्रेशर. तो अगर आपका वेट बढ़ रहा है तो सारी की सारी चीजें जो बैलेंस बनाया हुआ था हमने इतने सालों से, वो बैलेंस खराब हो जाता है. तो मेक श्योर the obesity should not be developed. If your physical activity is less, make sure your carbohydrate intake is also less. Khana pina, make sure your carbohydrate, sweets and dairy products are also less. So that is what is important. अब घर में बैठे बैठे most of the people are working at home. तो घर पे बैठ करके, you have kids at home, you have other family members also. So people start taking junky foods, and all those things is affecting a lot of patients with in this COVID time. And we are seeing that patients who were stable has got unstable. ज्यादातर सारे patients का या तो cholesterol deranged हो गया या diabetic status deranged हो गया. So overweight is a major risk factors for across all age group, and obesity is just not a cosmetic problem. If you see, the obesity is responsible for every disease in the world possible. Let it be heart disease, diabetes, blood pressure, cancers, कोई भी आप disease ले लो. So most important, make sure you should know what is your BMI and try to keep your BMI between 18.5 to 24.5. BMI मतलब weight by height square in meters. That is how you should calculate. So weight in kg divided by height in meters square. So that is how you calculate. Stress is very, very important. As I said, there has been a lot of stress. So what I used to tell I always tell my patients that you should have a passion in life. लाइफ में पैशन बहुत जरूरी है. इवन इफ आपको पैशन आपको रात को देर तक जगा करके एक फुटबॉल मैच देख रहा है, इट इज हेल्पिंग यू. इफ यू आर अ सिंगर एंड यू गेट अ कराओके, यू डोंट नीड एनीबडी एल्स इन द वर्ल्ड. सो इफ यू हैव अ ग्रुप वेयर यू कैन हैव अ जूम मीटिंग विद योर ओल्ड स्कूलमेट फ्रेंड्स, then there's nothing better than that. cracking a jokes, cracking a parties, all those things are very, very important. And this has to continue because COVID pandemic is still not over. We do see in between suddenly surge of cases happening in Navi Mumbai. So wo cheeze ho rahi hai, to make sure that, be positive, have a gang of friends around you, have a family members who discuss with you. So certain things like yoga, music, singing, having a pet animal at home, painting, ये सब बहुत अच्छा होता है. You tend to relieve stress and trying to divert your mind from all stresses. So क्या क्या आप कर सकते हैं? Even if you're in office, make sure you don't sit for a long time at a table. Make sure you get up and walk around. अगल बगल की chairs पे कोई बैठा है, उनसे जाकर के बात कर सकते हैं. You start sharing. If you have a joke, catch a person, you tell him the joke. There are certain activities like gardening, swimming वगैरह. These do help in taking care of your stress. आप अपने दोस्त को फोन कर सकते हो, पुराने दोस्त को बिना मतलब के भी आप फोन कर सकते हो. अपने कुछ ऐसे दोस्त होते हैं जिनका फोन करके you can abuse also. ये गाली भी दे दो, अरे क्या कर रहा था, ऐसे ऐसे करके, मतलब that's very, very important. And we have realized this happening, more importantly in this COVID time, when the stress has become one of the very, very important risk factor for cardiac issues. So it is very, very important that you find out what is the best way to tackle the stress. Now, the best food probably for person who is sitting at home is fruits and salads, sprouts. That is what is the best. It does not let you increase your weight. So वो बहुत important है कि अपने diet के ऊपर control रखो. और if you're a diabetic, probably an apple, an orange, and pomegranate is a good fruits. You can have a papaya as well. So a food which is less in carbohydrate, high in protein, minerals, roughage and diet fiber is very good to have it during this time. So we saw that many of our patients has become like this because over a period of time, most of our IT people who are still working from home. In fact, my brother is also an IT person, so they tend to order foods from outside, and junk foods got harming a lot of patients. So this has to be avoided in this COVID time. Now, most importantly, the other group of patients who got affected with the cardiac issues were those patients who were already cardiac patients and they were very stable on medicines. तो उन लोगों ने क्या किया कि many time I see my patient जिनकी long time medicine चल रही है, वो 10 दिन की दवा खरीदते हैं, 5 दिन की दवा, 7 दिन की, फिर 10 दिन के बाद फिर 10 दिन की खरीदते हैं. Make sure कि आपकी अगर medicine stable है तो make sure you have a stock of medicines available at home. And if suppose you are not able to go outside, because still we all are not vaccinated. Of course, I am vaccinated. Being a doctor, I got vaccine from government. So many of us are not vaccinated. Still, there's a chance of us getting corona. So if you are not able to reach your doctors, make sure you are in some way a video consultation हो सकता हो. कुछ WhatsApp पे video consultation हो सकता है कि you can talk to your doctors and take an opinion on that. So that is very, very important. So certain medicines होती हैं हमारे cardiology में. Those are you cannot miss them. If you miss them, it's all over. So for example, blood thinners होते हैं. अभी जिन patients का angioplasty हुआ है, जिन patients का bypass हुआ है, those people who have all been replaced. For them, medicines like Ecosprin, Clopidogrel, Ticagrelor, which comes as an Exer, or Brilinta, if anybody in your family has it, you will know it. Prasugrel, Acetrom, which is a blood thinner, Warfarin, Xarelto, Dabigatran. No, these medicines, you miss one dose, you are in a danger of getting an issue in the cardiology, because this maintains your जो स्टेंट, अगर स्टेंट लगा हुआ है तो उसकी पेटेंसी मेंटेन करने में, या जो वॉल लगी हुई है, it prevents these walls to get clotted. So that is what important. So then certain other medicines, other medications like diuretics, जैसे Lasix के लोग ले रहे होते हैं, Ditor ले रहे होते हैं, Aldactone ले रहे होते हैं. तो ये Lasix, Ditor, Aldactone क्या करते हैं? बॉडी का एक्स्ट्रा फ्लूइड निकालते हैं. तो जो पेशेंट्स हार्ट फेलियर के हैं या जो पेशेंट किडनी के हैं, अगर उनमें फ्लूइड ओवरलोड हो जाता है, तो दिस फ्लूइड गेट्स एक्युमुलेटेड इन द लंग्स. So these medicines make sure they decongest the lung. So the reason for this, why I'm taking out the names of this particular medicines, is that they are not like an acidity medicines, or they are not the medicines for constipation and all. They are the life-saving medicines. Like BP medicine, आपने 2 दिन BP की medicine बंद की, and your BP suddenly becomes 220, then it's a problem. So make sure that you don't miss BP medicines, sugar medicine, and the certain medicines like blood thinners, anticoagulation, Codron and digoxin medicine should not be missed. So is this working from home is hurting our heart? Absolutely. I mean, see, the best way to keep your heart, just to tell you in small, this thing, when we are born with the elastic pipes in the body. They're elastic. If you bend them, they will not crack. But if you don't exercise, and if you have a risk factors like smoking, If you have risk factors like diabetic, hypertension, these elastic pipes become plastic. So when they are stressed or when they're bent, they will crack, and that cracking is responsible for the heart attack. Because the most important reason for heart attack is the plaque rupture. There are certain cholesterol plaques which occupy or which line the blood vessels. So those cracking in the plaques or the erosions in the plaque is responsible for heart attack to happen. So that is the reason why it is important that we need to mobilize. Now you ask me, what should be our level of exercise? See, the level of exercise, what cardiologists say that you have two types of exercise. One is an isotonic exercises, other is isometric exercises. So isotonic exercises like cycling, swimming, brisk walking, skipping. So these are, isotonic exercises, and these are the one which are good for the heart. Gymming and all, they keep you look smarter, like Salman Khan vagara, but they may not be the one which really helps you your heart. So it's a isotonic exercises which is important. So make sure you walk 45 minutes to 1 hour per day, at least 5 to 6 days in a week without a break. And that 45 to minutes to 1 hour, you should be able to cover 4 to 5 kilometers without speed. So that is very, very important. So that sitting and working from the home has really created an issue. So professional working from home are sitting and longer than usual, and also bringing due to the added stress. So when you sit home, you don't walk, you don't talk with the people. I know many of my IT neighbors, colleagues, friends who do come to me, and they're very classically highly stressed, because there is a time when they were working in the office, they had colleagues, they talked with them, but sitting at home, you cannot move also. It's always there. You're always in front of the screen, and a lot of people are watching you in that. So sitting at more longer period of time can cause you, heart diseases, can have you, type 2 diabetes. So even if you're exercising 30 minutes a day, but if you are sitting rest of the time 23 hours, or you are sitting more than 10 hours a day, even with exercise, you are still at risk. So make sure, even if you're working from home, you are mobilized, you are walking around. So there's a consensus that a threshold of more than 10 hours of sitting, if you more than 10 hours you sit continuously, you are having a cardiovascular risk really going up. So that is what is important. And there's a tendency to overeat when you are at home, because jo bhi khana ban raha hai, you start eating, you tend to take more tea, coffee, juices, fruits, salads के साथ में आप प्रोटीन खाना भी खा रहे हो, स्नैक्स भी मंगा रहे हो, बच्चे हैं घर में तो बच्चे कुछ खा रहे हैं तो उनके साथ भी खा रहे हो. So that is again, so there are certain it's available in the Google, you can go through it. There are certain exercises which can be done, stretching exercises which can be done. So what I mean is, it is important to monitor your blood pressures. All of us should have one BP apparatus at home. We should have a blood sugar monitoring machine, especially if you have a diabetic patient. Make sure you check your cholesterol and regularly monitoring. At least if you are not a patient of a heart disease, diabetic, or any other disease, make sure once in a year you get your cholesterol triglyceride checked once in a year. Make sure you keep a good hygiene. There has been relationship of a poor tooth hygiene with cardiac illness. So make sure you this thing. Make sure you take care of your medicines if you're on, and you keep yourself occupied with something. Diet control has to be stricter, especially if the physical activity is less. And it's important to be positive and take care of your stress. Smoking has to be stopped completely. There is no 2 cigarette ya 4 cigarette or 10 cigarette ya 20 cigarette. Smoking, there's only one this thing, no smoking. There's no less or more. Sir, मैं तो 4 ही पीता हूँ. Sir, मैं तो 6 ही पीता हूँ. Smoking is either yes or no, and smoking has to be stopped suddenly. There is nothing like smoking में धीरे-धीरे कम कर रहा हूँ. Smoking has to be totally stopped. It is a slow suicide. So that has to be stopped. So to summarize, even during pandemic, mortality is maximum in cardiovascular disease patients. Heart patients are the one who are dying maximum, and in the range of 12 to 18%, as compared to 1.7 to 3% patients otherwise. The golden rule of continuing the cardiac medications, BP medications, and heart failure medications, along with the cholesterol medications, has continued to decrease cardiovascular mortality in COVID patients. So these medications आपको continue रखनी है, आपको उसको बंद नहीं करना है. And make sure any cardiac emergencies, day and night, you have to get it sorted out. The situation is very much well controlled. We are, for example, I can talk only about my hospital. We are nicely running our cardiac department. We are not missing any cardiac emergencies. There's a very clear-cut set protocol set by the hospital authority and administration, so that we don't miss any cardiac mortality, we don't miss any cardiac patients. So most of the hospitals have sorted out all these things. You may be seeing nearby your hospital would have sorted out. So as COVID-related risk of mortality is many times lower than cardiac complications related to risk of life. So what is important is COVID is treatable. You see how many patients, you see the mortality with the COVID is hardly 1% in India. But don't miss cardiac emergencies. Don't let cardiac causes of death increase because of COVID related issues. So don't let people, even if the patient has got a chest pain, नहीं अभी हॉस्पिटल नहीं जाएंगे कहीं कोविड ना हो जाए. तो ऐसा ना, मैंने बहुत सारे ऐसे केसेस देखे हैं कि वो हॉस्पिटल पहुंच ही नहीं पाया पेशेंट. आई डू गेट अ कॉल कि हाँ मेरे रिलेटिव को, पड़ोस वाले को चेस्ट पेन हो रहा है, वो आना नहीं चाह रहा है, एंड वी फाइंड समथिंग गोइंग रॉन्ग इन द मॉर्निंग. तो मेक श्योर दैट द कोविड रिलेटेड mortality is less, but the cardiac mortality should not go high because that requires emergency care. So I think that is what I wanted to say, and I'm open to any questions if you have.
Thank you, Dr. Brajesh. Dr. Khandge, are you there? Would you like to take the questions?
Yes,
yeah, would you like to take the questions which are there in the chat, or would you like me to ask?
Yes, actually, there is some problem with the audio quality. You can take the questions.
Okay. Dr. Brajesh, there are some questions related to alcohol. You spoke about smoking. You did not probably mention about drinking. So there is a question, what about alcohol, especially post-COVID?
Yeah. So post-COVID, alcohol as such, no doctors can promote the alcohol. Nobody promotes the alcohol. So alcohol is harmful. But yes, the people do ask us, sir, I'm a social drinker. Once in 15 days, if I take 30 to 60 ml is okay. We do say it is okay. So once in a week, if you take 30 to 60 ml, it's absolutely okay. No issues with that. So we don't find the alcohol limit increases. If you take more than 80 grams per day over a period of long time, then only you get cirrhosis. So there is no direct correlation of small amount of alcohol with the heart disease. Yes, if you take a binge drinking, if you take a 300 ml of whiskey, you can have cardiac issues. You can have heart rhythm abnormalities. You can have heart being dilated. We call it as alcohol cardiomyopathy. तो वो सारी की सारी चीजें हो सकती है. But smoking और alcohol में एक बहुत बड़ा difference होता है. See, we people are all educated people in the society. You know, smoking तो आप toilet में भी पी लेते.
Right.
स्मोकिंग तो बात करते करते पी लेते हो, खाना खाने के बाद लोगों को आदत हो जाती है. लेकिन अल्कोहल जो है प्रॉब्लम है वो ऐसी नहीं है कि आप टॉयलेट में भी पी रहे हैं. सो लीविंग स्मोकिंग इज अ वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट जॉब. सो अल्कोहल इज नॉट गुड फॉर एनीथिंग. अल्कोहल इज नॉट गुड फॉर हेल्थ. But yes, if you are already taking if you are a social drinker, once or twice in a week, 30 to 60 ml, there is no issues.
I know some people who take 30 ml every evening. They say it is good for their heart. Is it true?
Yeah, there is nothing good for the heart. I don't agree with that. See, I don't agree that it is good for the heart. There are certain other things like exercise which is good for the heart. Almonds, 5 to 10 almonds and 2 walnuts. I will not recommend anyone to take alcohol for heart. There are good medicines available, good exercise available. Yes, no alcohol.
Okay.
Alcohol, if somebody is already taking and he requests that can I take 30 to 60 ml once or twice in a week or once in twice in a 15 days, it's okay with me. But alcohol is not good for anything, either society, for heart, for liver, it is not good. And should not be promoted as good for the heart.
Okay. Yeah.
So that excuse is very common.
So it is not a medicine in any case.
Huh?
So it is not a medicine in any case.
Absolutely no. Absolutely no.
Unmesh Rahatade is asking what are the symptoms of residual COVID effect?
Yeah, so most commonly what I see in my OPD is breathlessness. सांस फूल रही है और धड़कन तेज हो गई, हार्ट रेट बहुत बढ़ गया है. तो अब ये सिम्टम्स की दो वजह होती हैं कभी कभी. सो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट व्हाट वी फील इज कि एक तो कोविड अफेक्ट्स द हार्ट. तो व्हेन मेनी अ टाइम इन अराउंड यू कैन से अराउंड 50% ऑफ पेशेंट व्हेन वी डू देयर हार्ट स्कैन, वी कॉल इट एज एन इकोकार्डियोग्राम. तो हम देखते हैं हार्ट की पंपिंग पावर कम हो गई है, थोड़ा सा रिड्यूस हो गई है, कईयों में ज्यादा रिड्यूस हो गई. तो एक वो वजह हो सकती है कोविड रिलेटेड ब्रेथलेसनेस की. लंग्स ऑफ कोर्स होते हैं, लेकिन कई पेशेंट्स में लंग पूरा रिकवर कर गया है, फिर भी हल्की सांस फूल रही है, तो कभी कभी उनमें हार्ट इन्वॉल्व हो जाता है. दूसरी बात क्या है कि कई लोगों का हार्ट रेट बहुत बड़ा होता है. दिस वी आर वेरी वेरी फ्रीक्वेंटली सीइंग कि पेशेंट्स पोस्ट कोविड रिकवरी के बाद हार्ट रेट 120 130 है. तो उसके दो वजह हैं. एक तो ये है कि COVID affects the heart. Second thing, the patient who has recovered from COVID is under tremendous stress. He's not sleeping well. He's so much of stress. उसको डर लग रहा है. उसको लग रहा है मुझे दोबारा तो नहीं हो जाएगा. And especially if he has gone through the hell of a COVID, ICU में admit हुआ, hospital में admit हुआ. So the experience, see, I have gone through that. I have been admitted in hospital, and आप totally isolated हो, किसी से मिल नहीं सकते, family phone पे बात कर सकते हो. तो you know that factor which has created more issue is also stress. But अगर आपको सांस फूल रही है, and if you are having a heart की beat बढ़ गई है, तो make sure you show at least once echocardiogram, get a cardiologist and get a scan and ECG done for yourself. You should not miss something which is there, and people take it only related to stress.
Mayuri ji wants to know that what are your views on Modi Care Cardioactive?
What is that?
Modi Care. Mayuri ji, can you come online and repeat your question yourself?
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session, Dr. Kanwar. It was very good to hear you, and hats off to you for your COVID fight. There was something I had come across. Basically, Modi Care has something to do with bringing down the bringing down the cholesterol levels, or you can say the normalization of cholesterol levels and lipid levels. So they have something like Cardioactive. They have a Well Cardioactive, so which they normally recommend for improving, making the blood pressure normal and cholesterol level normal. So what are your views?
See, I have not heard about this word Modi Care. I don't know whether it's related to our Narendra Modi or not, but there is no doubt about it. See, exercise, it has to be. See, there are, if you see the type of cholesterols, we have LDL cholesterol, HDL cholesterol, triglyceride. These are the three cholesterol, out of which HDL cholesterol, which is a good cholesterol, to increase the good cholesterol, the best way is to exercise. Triglyceride, which we call as triglyceride, is a cholesterol of sedentary people, सेठ लोगों का. So that responds best to the exercise. Sure. So out of these three cholesterol, the two cholesterol responds to exercise. So there is no doubt about it that exercise, there is nothing better than that for cardiology, cardiac patient. It has to be done. You are inactive. If you rest, you rest. That is the motto. If you rest, you rest. So that is what happened during this COVID time. Many of the people got unsettled in their health only because of the resting, which causes rusting.
Great. KV Chandrasekhar wants to know about vaccines. Should we take immediately as soon as it comes, or should we wait? I think he has a doubt regarding this Bharat Biotech and serum. And is that true?
See, all the vaccines, the general preparation or the general mechanism is the same. It's just the matter of the data being out or not out. See, I am a scientific person. I am a doctor myself. I know how India does in vaccine. There's no doubt that Indians are the best in making vaccination. We all have gone through the vaccination. My 50% of the staff in Fortis Vashi in NNMC hospital has been vaccinated. Not even a single person has any major side effects. We did had some people have small myalgia, but I feel it's more of a psychological it was, because I also felt like there's a myalgia. But to be very frank, one day before that, I did it up to 3 o'clock. I was doing a cardiac emergency. So attributing that myalgia because of that vaccine, I will not agree on to it. So I strongly feel that everyone should get vaccinated. We people are very, very lucky that government, Indians are so good. Indian government has taken a decision, both state and central government. And because we had an infrastructure already there. See, we were not freshers in terms of vaccines. Whole world is using vaccines prepared in India.
Yeah.
I have a friends, cardiologists, doctors who are working in US. They are professors or they're US citizen doctors. They talk so high about Indian vaccines ke bare mein. See, other countries are purchasing from us, and we people are creating doubts in our mind. So all these vaccines are very, very safe because they are not virus-killed vaccines. They're all mRNA-based vaccines. There is no chance of you getting anything. If a virus can cause side effects, this vaccine can cause side effects. You can have side effects because of saline injection. So that is what I feel. it is overhyped. I don't know. There are forces who doesn't want all of us to get vaccinated, and the only way to keep this COVID-free country is a vaccination. I can tell you, see, you have an examples of polio. Whatever you do, until unless we all are vaccinated, you cannot eradicate this virus. So we all have to get vaccinated. We need to strongly believe on our infrastructure. The vaccination in India is the best. 60% of the whole world vaccines are prepared in India. There's no doubt about it.
So in nutshell, what you want to say is अपना नंबर आया तो ले लेने का, वैक्सीन वेट नहीं करने का.
अरे सर, अगर नंबर नहीं भी आया, खरीद के भी मिल जाए तो ले लेने का है.
ठीक है. I think KV your
वैक्सीन के लिए आपको 2 डोजेस लेनी है वैक्सीन. वैक्सीन के बगैर नहीं पीछे हटना. अब मैं आपको एक बात बताता हूँ. हमारे हार्ट फेलियर के पेशेंट जो थे, वो सर्दियों में सारे बीमार हो जाते थे पहले. सर्दियों में यू विल सी लॉट ऑफ पेशेंट्स गेटिंग एडमिटेड इन आईसीयू विद हार्ट फेलियर. सांस फूल रहा है. हम लोग ने रियलाइज किया कि not only me realized, it's all the association, European Society of Cardiology, American College of Cardiology. We realized that सर्दियों में flu बहुत होता है.
Correct.
So we all started all our patients of cardiology with flu vaccines, and we realized जो हमारे पेशेंट्स हर सर्दियों में 1-2 बार आईसीयू में एडमिट होते थे, अब इनको कुछ नहीं हुआ. They passed the winters without any problem. The last 2-3 winters have been crossed. So vaccination से अच्छा कोई भी चीज को, इस तरह की डिजीज को प्रिवेंट करने वाला और कुछ हो नहीं सकता.
तो केवी अपना नंबर आएगा. अपना नंबर आएगा.
नंबर आया तो ले लेंगे.
हाँ, ले लेंगे. Dr. Ravi, you wanted to ask something about BiPAP. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there very much. Let me switch on my video. Thank you, doctor, for a very wonderful session, very, very lucid and very clear to understand this. I just wanted to ask you about senior citizen who has come back from the ICU because of COVID, recovering at home, have been advised BiPAP use. Can BiPAP, I just want to ask a plain question, can BiPAP kill a person?
Very rarely.
In the sense, what I'm saying is, can BiPAP cause a bradycardia for a normal, not so problematic heart at all, except for little diabetes, and COVID was there, admitted in hospital, shifted to ICU, came back home, and recommended BiPAP, and BiPAP was forcibly given because you know the kind of problem BiPAP and ventilators cause on a patient who's conscious. You know,
So,
it really.
yeah, so I will answer.
So can it kill a person? Can it kill a person by lowering his heart rate and things like that?
Okay, so what exactly is a BiPAP? BiPAP is a device by which we give oxygen at a particular pressure.
Yeah.
So what it does, suppose the lungs are very stiff, it increases the compliance. So the lungs will expand because there is a pressure by which the air is forced in. So it helps in, suppose there is a water in the lung. So one thing what it does, it pushes the water back into the walls of the lungs. So that is why we use it in heart failure patients. In patients with COVID, it improves the oxygenation. It improves the oxygenation.
Yeah.
So what only harm the BiPAP can cause is number one, because it pushes the oxygen with a pressure. People who have a damaged lung can sometimes go into pneumothorax. Pneumothorax means there is a space between lung and its covering, and if the lung ruptures into that covering, the air will leak into it, and the lungs will get collapsed, and air will take the space of a lung. So we call it as a pneumothorax. The only problem which this BiPAP can cause, and which can cause sudden death in patients of any patients. Usually it happens in patients who have a severely damaged lung. So in those patients, it happens that if you put a BiPAP, the lungs can get ruptured, but that is also very rare. If it is handled in a well trained person, it usually does not happen because you can control the pressure. There is something known as pressure support, PEEP support. So if you can properly match the proper, and you can take an advice from your pulmonologist कि कितना रखना है कितना नहीं रखना है, तो वो होता नहीं है. And to be very frank, anything which can cause pneumothorax and can lead to rarely a complication like bradycardia, tachycardia, both can happen. So Usually it is very, very rare to have a bradycardia. I have not seen patients happening with that. What I have seen is either symptomatic or asymptomatic pneumothorax. That means lungs getting ruptured into the pleura and the pleura containing the air. So air filled space in the thorax, in the chest wall, displacing the lung tissue deep into it. So lung ka side chota ho gaya aur lungs ke badle jo space tha, that is occupied by air. So you have a mismatch of oxygenation and blood going into it. So oxygenation nahi hota, and then that is what we have seen it. Otherwise, directly on heart, we have not seen, because we use a lot of BiPAP in patients of cardiac patients who are heart failure patients. So as such, bradycardia we've not seen.
Okay. And one more question I have, if no one else is asking. Ashish, is there anyone in the line? They can ask him, and later on I can...
No, you ask, and then if somebody has, we can...
Okay, doctor, one more question. I have seen a severely fibroid patient. For nearly 18 days, he was in one of the Copacabana hospital, 65-year-old, which is HRCT. When he got admitted, 75% of the lung was fibrosis. Even when he was discharged, he was forcibly discharged because they were not able to pay the money to the hospital. So the doctors have advised him, why don't you go take him home from ICU, we will discharge, take him home and give him oxygen. The person came back after 18 days to home. 6 jumbo cylinders per day were given for nearly 2 months. And even after that, the lungs didn't improve. Maybe 65% damage is already there. Even in HRCT, I'm talking about August. Even in November, I have seen. December also I have seen. January also I have seen. Now the HRCT report said 24/25 was the CT rating, which generally see, you all see that.
Yeah, I know.
And now, you will not believe, last 3-4 weeks, he has removed, it had come from 6 to 4, 4 to 3 in the month of December. Beginning, it came to around 1 cylinder per day. Now he is able to walk without the cylinder. Still the lungs, whenever you do X-ray or whenever you do the CT scan, it still shows 24/25. He's able to walk. I took him to the COVID center because I have good alliance with Dr. Dean. Dean is there, Dr. Dere in Jumbo CCC in BKC.
Okay.
Jumbo COVID center.
Okay.
Even there, they treat any other patient also. Need not be their own COVID patients. They treat post-COVID patients from anywhere in Maharashtra, anywhere in India. When they saw this report 24/25, they were astonished. I said, how can a person walk?
Okay. So
and because the lungs are affected, but he's able to walk as long as he doesn't climb. He can walk for 10 minutes, sit down, for 15 minutes, sit down, maybe a few steps he can get down. He's not in oxygen at all now. We have given him the oxygen concentrator from our NGO. We are giving beds and oxygen concentrators also to good patients, to the poor patients free. And some patients we charge 1,000 rupees per month or something like that. That is very, very hardly any. Even we are giving now BiPAP mission also. BiPAP mission also we give. Now what I want to know is, such a patient 24/25 can walk. What could be the reason? Now they are suspecting it is not the lungs. Lungs has been maybe it shows in the CT scan something is wrong, but the infection could be something else.
Okay.
All the tests they have given, we have done it. All are normal.
Yeah.
How do we treat this patient now?
Yeah. So this is a very common scenario, because see, in Fortis Hospital Vashi, we don't see asymptomatic patients. Mainly we see patients with high CT score. So the initial CT score is not only the initial CT score is because of acute infection. So that can have infiltrates and all those things. As the time passes, those infiltrates or which were acute inflammation converted into fibrosis. That fibrosis does happen. As you said, the patient was on oxygen for so many days, requiring a lot of oxygen support and all those things. Over a period of time, what happened is there is a acclimatization of the lungs. There are certain part of the lungs which start working more. The oxygen transport becomes more in certain other parts. But yes, if this would have happened acutely, 24 score tha and next day the patient started walking, then it was difficult to explain. This has happened over a period of time. You have been treating, so that suggests that the treatment part was very good. Maybe possible that patient would have received steroids also, so that also would have helped. So the patient lung has compensated. That is what I wanted to say. But usually these patients may not do well. Make sure you track them well. Make sure they get vaccinated again. For a flu also they get vaccinated. And what
Yeah.
is happening, we even attempted in our Fortis Mulund, we even attempted lung transplant for these patients.
Oh,
So we attempted a lung transplant patient. There was issue happening with that because the patient also had a gram-negative bacilli infection. So the patient did not make it up. But usually these patients, you need to have a very intensive spirometry, get a spirometer for him, make sure he compensate more and more. So more and more compensation will affect more better. And then also get an echocardiogram done because he may develop cor pulmonale. That is the right heart failure because of the lung involvement. So he need to get a cor pulmonale to be rolled out in that. So that is very, very important. But yes, see, that is what as a doctor you also know and I also know. If everything CT, ECG, X-ray can determine, then the technicians can become doctors. You know, we see miracles every day in our life. We see people being CPR on the road and brought to the hospital, and after 3 days going home. So you know, this is very, very common, and I strongly feel that this is the only subject where 2 plus 2 cannot always be 4. We do see miracles happening. 6,
yeah,
we
miracle.
do happening
That's right.
2 also.
Correct.
That's right.
So,
That's right. Thank you for that.
you may
And
see
do
a
you
patient
have
with
kind
CT
of
score. You may see a patient with CT score 5, still very breathlessness, isn't it?
Yes.
So
Yes, we are seeing
do
that.
see this thing. Yeah.
So do you because yours a 5-star hospital, do you treat such kind of patients for at least, I mean, these are all very poor patients from slums we have been helping. And would you like to see this patient? I mean, I don't know whether they'll be able to pay for it, but at least consult you as a senior person regarding the heart related.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, so we have a facility which is a tie-up with an NNMC hospital where we see few free patients of NNMC without charging them. So they can definitely come to us. Not only
But
me.
do they have to get a letter from NMMC before coming to
no,
you? How is it?
No. For OPD basis, there is nothing. They just go to NNMC OPD and they say we need a cardiac opinion. They will refer it to Fortis OPD. Will be seen by us. And in fact, the NNMC also has got an echocardiogram. Many times when we find that it is not correlating with the clinical scenario, we do repeat echo in our hospital. So see, ultimately, if a patient goes with my prescription, he should get benefited.
Exactly.
It's not only the money.
That's what
it's my name also being attached. If I put a stamp of Dr. Brajesh, he should not get ki echo nahi hua, abhi bhi saans full rahi hai. So in that cases, even if an echo is done outside, I do screen to see that everything is done perfectly. So
That's great, doctor.
So
Thank you very much. I will
there is a way by which you can reach Fortis Hospital, cardiologist, pulmonologist. You can send them through NNMC. They will get free treatment.
Great. I will do the needful, doctor, once he returns. He has just gone 2 days back after 10 months. He has gone to Boisa. He'll be back within a week. I will consult you and send him to NMS to get it done.
Yes.
Thank you very much, doctor, for that. Very nice. Very nice.
I think if nobody has any more questions, we can close it now.
Yeah.
I think doctor also will be busy.
I have, because if no one is asking one more question, doctor. We usually use 24, that is 25 as the HRCT main score. That is the major score. Okay, more than 7, it's some complication is there. Well, less than 7, less than 5, less than 7, it's okay. But some of the states in, say, for example, Chennai, they are using 40 as a denominator. What is that?
Yes. Yeah. So it's all dependent upon how you demarcate the different lobes of the lung.
Yeah,
so if you
that's
demarcate
right.
over a 48 segments, then you score it as a 48. If you but 25 is the standard, which most of us
25 is the standard all the time.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes.
But is it because of some other 64 bit segment?
No. It's all just because the radiologists, they have different classification of segments of the lung. But my request to you is that that concept I am not happy with. That score less than 7 is a mild. For me, Dr. Saab, any lung involvement is very severe. Why? I'll tell you. We have seen patients with 5 score admitted in the hospital, and next day morning, same day night, got dyspneic, and next day CT showed 25 after 22. So I feel the involvement of lung has to be taken very significantly. And if I see a patient lung involvement with 5, 6, 7 score, I do give them steroids and remdesivir.
Oh, okay.
I don't tell them to stay at home. See, I don't want more patients like what you have patients with 24 score roaming around and have, you know, that is the reason if you see the number of patients getting shifted to the ICUs have gone down if they come to a proper hospital. Because we don't want, none of our patients except first few months when we were also confused regarding treatment and remdesivir was not available. None of our patients went from ward to the ICU after that. because we were very aggressive. We know that this COVID can cause permanent damage to the lung. And once it causes a permanent damage to the lung, it's all over. So we become very aggressive. The moment the lung is involved, 5, 6, 7 score, I start remdesivir if the creatinine is okay. And we also start a small dose of steroids.
Oh, very good. That's fine. Thank you, doctor, very much. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Dr. Ravi.
Lovely session we had.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Ashish ji,
Ji, sir.
I'll request you to give the vote of thanks.
Oh, it was a wonderful session, Dr. Kanwar. We really liked it. You really made it so simple for people like us, layman, understanding the whole subject, especially the difference between cardiac problem and a non-cardiac problem. The symptoms that you said are very nice. So, in fact, I have recorded the whole thing, and I would like to circulate to all the people who would be interested. So, thank you very much. and
Unmesh
thank-
has a question. Ashish, Unmesh has a question. Just can you, if you can address that?
It
Which
was
is a
an
chest scar.
observation. It was an observation which he said that one of his colleague was detected with a scar on his chest, detected while undergoing COVID test. So he was curious to know what was the possible reason for that. I don't know what
Scar.
Scar. SCAR. Scar. कोई दाग लगा था.
Scar, see, we have seen patients of COVID with the skin lesions, but not scar. We have seen redness being happening in the palm, nails. We have seen very rarely the skin lesions, but not scar. But yes, somebody who has got a diabetic can be bitten by a dog. So why somebody with a COVID can have another disease also? कोई और भी बीमारी हो सकती है. So patient can have two diseases. We have not seen, I must have seen around thousands and thousands and thousands of COVID patients, both cardiac and non-cardiac, but scar we have not seen. Please rule out either bacterial infection, associated fungal infection, या कुछ और एलर्जी तो नहीं हो गई है, ड्रग एलर्जी तो नहीं हो गई है. ये तीन चीजें रूल आउट करनी चाहिए.
Nice hearing Dr. Brajesh after a long time. Awesome as ever and witty as ever. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Brajesh, and thank you to everybody else who joined. I hope all your questions are resolved. If there is something which I think probably Dr. Brajesh, if they can contact you directly if there is a issue.
No issues, sir. No issues.
Thank you.
Ashish ji, please send the recording so that I can send Chandra also. He can circulate among members.
Dr. Khandge, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
कुछ बोले?
Thank you, Dr. Kanwar. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
हाँ कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे सर आप?
Thank you.
Wonderful session, sir. Kuwar sir, wonderful session.
Thank you very much.
Just
Thank you.
want to ask you if you can share your slides so that we can.
100%. Yes. Yeah.
Dr. Khandke, I have already recorded the whole thing, so people can actually listen to whatever he said. That also people can listen. So I will put it on the YouTube so that you can listen to it.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'll take permission to
sure.
close this meeting. Thank you so much.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Thanks
a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Divakar ji.
वेलकम सर. तो मैं वॉकिंग करते हुए फर्स्ट टाइम आफ्टर दिस लिसनिंग टू दिस सेशन आई एम वॉकिंग आल्सो एंड लिसनिंग द सेशन आल्सो.
देखो एक तो इमीडिएटली आपको इंस्पिरेशन आ गया. उन्होंने बोल दिया कि वॉकिंग करना चाहिए, वो इमीडिएटली तो उसी समय निकल पड़े.
मिश्रा जी भी सुन रहे हैं और वॉकिंग कर रहे हैं, मैं भी सुन रहा हूँ और वॉकिंग कर रहा हूँ.
चलिए हम लोग ऑफलाइन बात करते हैं. चलिए ओके.